What's up, guys? It's Ron, and we're back with another Cars and Bids review today. This is just running through the email to see what's happening on Cars and Bids on November 10th, 2023. As a side note, I started doing this a few weeks ago, and maybe this is just the ultimate compliment, but I saw that Doug and on his channel, he also posts this where he's going through some auctions. I had never seen that before I started doing some of these reviews. I just love talking about it. I love these cars and cool cars. But if Doug is doing it, appreciate it. Give my channel a shout out, and let's get into it. All right, first we've got a B5 S4, super cool. This one's an Avant, so that's the wagon. It's really just iconic. I mean, I really like the other B5 wheels. They're like the 6-spoke. These look like they're the 8-spoke. But let's take a look at this car. This was definitely, it's RS4, so it's even better than just an S4 Avant. You know, these were the tuner's luxury car. Somebody with a little bit of class was getting this car. And it was definitely a dream. A few of my friends had these. You know, they put the bigger turbos on. It's got this carbon fiber interior, a little bit of wear on the seats, but for an old car, that is totally expected. I mean, this one's fun. It's dated. I think it's what you would expect. He's really out of gas. It seems practical, but it's probably, okay, 21,000. It just started. I hope it stays pretty cheap. But this is like the ultimate snow car. If you want a winter ski car, you know, you can beat on it, but you could drift it up the mountain, throw all of your crap in the back here. Well, it's still kind of a small wagon. If you're used to an SUV, you probably won't be able to fit everything. But, you know, super peppy engine, lots of power, manual transmission, so it's fun to drive. It's in the snow, in the dirt, but hopefully at this price point, your plastics are looking a little bit old. These are probably cracking. I don't give that a lot of time. If you're in Texas heat, that thing's toast in one summer. But super cool. Okay, this is a cool wagon. Absolutely. 375 horsepower. Let's see what else we have. Corvette Z06. So C6, Z06, really fun on the track. These things are bulletproof, reliable. Styling, better than a C5 is all I can say. Not anything to write home about. Not supportive seats, but this is a fun car if you're looking to go on the track, or if you just want a cruising car for canyons. And you have the space. You know, I think for me, a lot of these dreams, it's not a dream stable. It has to be a dream garage, because I would need so much space to store all these cars, and then I would just never drive them. But look at that shot. Those are some tires. Those are like, what, 335s, 315s, just huge rear tires. That's the money shot. That is exciting. 71,000 when new. At 21,000, I mean 25,000. That's still early, but that's a fun car too. Another M5. They've had a couple of these. I think they always sell for good prices. This is a beautiful V10. It's manual. I guess the interior is kind of not great. It looks really worn. The wood is not my favorite, but you could wrap that, or you could buy some new kind of carbon cover. New steering wheel. I think this car is fun. It's going to be one of these last of the manual big engines. You know, they have some reliability issues, but hey, if you're buying a 20-year-old BMW, you know you're going to pay for it. So 2007. Volvo Polestar, kind of cool. I don't know. I guess I wouldn't buy this. I don't understand it. It's kind of sporty, but kind of not. I think there's a lot better sports cars. If I'm getting a Volvo, I'm not getting it for performance. I do drive a Volvo, an S90, but that thing is built for comfort, not for any kind of speed. This thing's got Öhlins. Let's see. Cayenne Turbo doesn't get me interested. Another 4Runner. I mean, it's cool. It's just kind of a basic truck that's probably going to go for over the price. AMG. This is kind of a dream everyday kind of car. I think it's too expensive if you're not driving it a lot, but it could definitely be your only car. Take it on the track a few times. I think it looks amazing. I think it's beautiful. I think those quilted seats are just to die for. All right, let's take out these other ones. Cayman, near and dear to my heart. I mean, this is the older gen 987, but still a lot of fun. If you're looking for a manual fun track car, definitely you don't need to break the bank on these. And I mean, this is just a fun, reliable car. Low mileage. This is, going to be in great shape and last for a long time. If you want to spend more and get something like a daily driver, we have a beautiful, speedster. This thing, 250. I don't say it's a dream car, but it's definitely a low-key 911 if you want to spend money and have a great open-top non-track car. This is just for a daily driver putting around, maybe not even in the winter, but beautiful, beautiful lines. I mean, it's top down. You got these carbon bucket seats, manual. So this is a fun touring car, not something you'd necessarily take on the track. Just a lot of fun cars. I mean, I even like this. I would just love to rip on this on the dirt, have any kind of dirt road. It doesn't need to be high powered, just needs, initial D vibes everywhere. And I love it. This is my nostalgia coming through. I feel like I'm kind of the target buyer. I really want some dirt roads and rip this thing. Oh, it's got such a classic. It's not too dated. I feel like it is 90s, but these are functional. These were so common. Integras look like this. Hondas look like this. Mitsubishis. But yeah, this is a fun car that you can really have a lot of fun driving fast. And that Evo bumper is just so iconic. For only $5,000, this car's in Texas. This is very tempting. 276 horsepower, so it's fast, What else do we have? Xterra. I mean, these are holding their value. Saab M3. Again, another classic. I used to have an E46 that I tracked. It was automatic, though. It wasn't as fun as it could be, and it certainly wasn't the M3. But this is definitely going to be a collector car, manual, heavy for the time, but good power, good room, and great handling. So, man, this is another Texas car. Older Supra, M4. Again, I feel like these cars are actually the worst. They're old, but not old enough to be classics. And I'm not sure, if somebody wants this as a almost 10-year-old daily driver. I mean, well, I guess 7 or 8-year-old daily driver. It's going to have a lot of stuff that's going to start breaking, and it's not super comfortable. Doesn't have all the technology. Look, I mean, the leather is definitely worn. It's getting a little heavy, a little bit creaky. Creaks and rattles to some degree, just naturally. But I don't know. Do we like this car for $30,000, 40 or 50, versus getting something newer and cheaper as a daily, or something more comfortable? See, a 10-year S4, 10-year-old S4. This is where there's trouble. I'm like, this has to be a winter car. This has to be your snow car for drifting. It'd be a lot of fun. I don't know what those pillows are. Kind of look ridiculous, but unless you live in the north, you really don't need two cars. 318 Miata is fun. Another, I don't know, is this car more fun than the older Lancer? I don't know. This car might be more reliable and more power and better to drive, and if it's that cheap, I don't know what it's going to end at. But this is also a really fun car to rip around the dirt. It's got carbon roof. Okay, it's a little aggressive. Seems like the only thing. I feel like carbon roof, you've got to have aggressive wheels. Got to have a little bit more to pull off a carbon roof. But that's my opinion. Cobb. Shift knob. Love the seats. Great seats. So, I mean, this is 300 horsepower. It is more power, but I'm sure it's heavier. This is probably still closer for a daily driver, but Boxster in the winter, depends where you live. I mean, in Texas, you could definitely do it, but This is a fun car that's new enough to be reliable. 20,000. It's definitely not going to end there, but hopefully he has a reserve. Let's see what spec this is. So it's manual, no multifunction wheel. Doesn't look like a ton of options. With 2020, not everything had sport, so it's got a custom crest on there. I'm trying to see the options. All right, well, it doesn't look like we have a good shot of it. See if it has sport chrono or anything. PSM. Doesn't have LED lights, which is something that I really like. I have those LED lights. Doesn't look like we're gonna get a good shot of that option tray. Pre-purchase inspection. Oh, let's see what this Panamera, and this is a cool wagon, 83. Yeah, 5-year-old fast wagon. I think that's a good price. I think it's got full options. It's got huge back seat. This is a good touring car if you've got kids, versus getting something a little bit older and much cheaper. I'm surprised this one went so cheap. This seems like a great example of an E63 wagon. Loads of power, 5-liter turbocharged. Yeah, LEDs, a little bit of curb rash, good maintenance records. That's a nice wagon. Older. A lot of cool cars on this one. This is a great episode. I mean, F430, this is just classic cocaine dealer car. I mean, it looks like it's in Miami. It's in South Florida, Fort Lauderdale. See? Perfect car for tooling around here. Wait, is this F430 or 360? Oh, it's a 360. Oh, I don't know. It's a gated manual. So if you want the gated manual, it's pretty cheap. I could have bought that instead of my 2021 Cayman. All right, I'm going to wrap up this video because I've talked about all these other cars. Really just curious to see if you guys like this content. Drop a comment if you're still here, and we'll see you next time.